Welcome to the session on project management plan execution and its updates. A project management plan or PMP is not a static document. It evolves as the project progresses. A successful execution depends on ensuring that work aligns with the plan, identifying deviations and implementing corrective measures, and updating the plan as needed. In this video, we'll explore how project managers ensure the execution follows the PMP guidelines, how to manage changes effectively, how performance reporting plays a crucial role in maintaining project transparency. The project management plan acts as the roadmap, ensuring that all teams work towards the same objectives. It consists of multiple subsidiary plans that govern the key project aspects such as the scope, schedule, the cost, the quality, and risks. In each of these, let's say, areas that we have covered during the planning phase, so we created the scope, we created the schedule, the cost, the quality, and risks. So ensure that any changes that you do in the project, that you have to go through all of these subsidiary plans and update them in case the change will might affect any of these area. For example, in a software development project, let's say the project management plan defines the coding standards, delivery timelines, resource allocation, and risk mitigation strategies. If execution deviates from the plan by adding, for example, an extra features that put the project on a risk in terms of complexity or in terms of adding an extra time to the timeline, needing more resources to be allocated to complete the project, it can cause such as missing a development milestone. So the project manager must take corrective action to realign the efforts. Now let's talk about aligning the execution with the project management plan. During the execution, project managers ensure that the teams follow the established PMP processes, and this prevents the ad hoc decisions that could derail the project. And let's take an example here in a construction project. Let's say if there is a contractor or a contractor must follow the material specifications outlined in the quality management plan. Using let's say substandard materials, even it's in case if it's cost effective, it would maybe violate the plan and compromises the quality. So the project manager would help step in the corrective or to correct this deviation by ensuring that, for example, the contractor is using the agreed upon materials to ensure the quality of the deliverables or the quality of the plan, and ensuring that the deliverables does not compromise the quality which was requested and agreed with the stakeholders. Identifying and managing deviations. So deviations, we say that they are common in projects, but their impact depends on how quickly they are detected and addressed. So ensure that you have a good control, a good monitoring on all of these changes when it's according to your project. Deviations can occur, actual when actual results differ from the planned expectations, and that might cause like scope creep or unexpected risks or resource constraints or increasing the timeline of your project. So ensure early, let's say, a detection and early mitigation to prevent major disruption in your project. Let's take here an example. Let's say there's a marketing campaign. Let's say a planned social media advertisement might not generate the expected engagement. So the project team must analyze the data, identify the causes. For example, maybe they have incorrect audience targeting. Maybe they are doing it in a busy day that all of these audience are busy and they might not get any engagement. So it's important to adjust the strategy accordingly to stay on track with the project goals. Again, let's talk about the corrective actions and the preventive actions. So in the previous session, we said that the corrective actions, it's used to fix an existing issue such as schedule delays or cost overruns. On the other hand, you have the preventive actions to mitigate the risks before they become a problem. And both of these actions ensures the continuous project improvement. Effective project managers differentiate between the corrective and preventive actions by understanding the current situation they are facing and then taking the action based on the current situation. Let's say, for example, in a software testing phase, if repeated bugs delays the deployment, then you need to take a corrective action, which might be such as reallocating more testers to speed up to speed up the debugging process. While preventive action might be like introducing an automated testing tool to reduce the future defects. So you need to start with identifying the issue, analyze it, and then decide what action you need to take, whether it's a corrective or preventive measure, and then monitor that, let's say, action that you have taken to ensure that this corrective or preventive measure or preventive action is fixing the issue that you're trying to fix. When it comes to updating the project management plan, so the project management plan is a living document, updated as the project evolves. So updates may be required due the approved changes or unforeseen challenges or lessons learned, for example. Let's take an example of a healthcare IT project. Let's say there's a new data privacy regulation might emerge requiring updates to the security management plan, for example. Without updating the project management plan, the project might face a compliance issue. What's the importance of or performance reporting? Stakeholders need a regular performance report to assess the project progress and make informed decisions. Performance report provides the visibility to the project health, such as the schedule, the budget, and risks, and the quality as well. These reports helps the stakeholder to make informed decision about whether the project is progressing as planned, whether there is any risks that might, let's say, derail the project. So, and these performance reporting includes the status reports, the progress report, and in case if there's a variance that you need also to show them the variance report. That variance report, it shows them the progress against the baseline that you have promised to deliver to them. For example, in an infrastructure project, a monthly status report may show how, say, the evacuation is behind schedule due a bad weather, for example. And this alerts the management to allocate an additional resources or adjust the deadlines to mitigate these delays. So it's very important to be very transparent with the stakeholders to ensure that they support you when there is an issue with your project. In our example here in the infrastructure project, the management, or you can show that the management that you need to allocate more resources to adjust it, or to meet the deadlines, or at least to let's say request from them to extend the deadline to ensure your alignment with the project constraints. We have here a key project performance metrics, which we are again gonna discuss each of them when it comes to the monitoring phase. We have key metrics, performance metrics here, including the schedule variance, which is known as the SV, and it measures if the tasks are ahead or behind the schedule. When it comes to cost variance, CV, it determines if the spendings is within the budget or you are exceeding the budget. Also, the risk register update, which ensures the risks are continuously monitored and updated. And let's take an example here in a mobile application development project. If the planned budget for the user interface design phase was, let's say, a 20,000 US dollar, but the actual costs has reached $25,000. The cost variance here would indicate, let's say, an over budget issue requiring an intervention. And the way of how you calculate the CV, the SV, we are gonna explain each of these on when it comes to the monitoring phase. But to make it simple, you have a baseline of 20,000 as the actual budget when you plan the project. But when you compare it with the actual cost where you have spent already, which is 25,000 US dollar, so you have a cost variance of $5,000. And here you need to take, let's say, corrective action by submitting a change request to realign the project with the let's say with the planned costs. As I mentioned, ensuring the transparency and communicating the project performance to stakeholders is very important. And let's say that different stakeholders require different level of detail and reports. For example, maybe executives needs high-level summaries, while team members need a task-specific details. Effective reporting builds the trust and ensures the alignment. So ensure that you tailor your performance report to stakeholder needs to improve the engagement. And to summarize our session, we say that ensuring the project execution aligns with the project management plan is a key to deliver a successful outcomes. Regular monitoring, corrective actions, preventive actions, and timely updates keeps the project on track. Performance reporting provides the transparency, enabling the stakeholders to make informed decisions and increases the trust. By implementing these strategies, project managers ensure the project remains aligned with the business objectives, meet the stakeholder expectation, and achieve the desired outcomes.